So I failed out of college. No bullshit. After 3 semesters my freshman year, my grades were so bad that I got an email from the school saying that I was academically suspended for a year. I failed out. Now, before I get into how that happened, first I want to put a disclaimer out there. Try to ignore the horrid Siege gameplay going on in the background. I am not the best Siege player. I'm Copper 2 currently during the ranked 3.0 season, and my KD's a 0.6. I'm not great. I don't even have 100 hours in the game, so chill. I know I'm dog shit. Just deal with it. So yeah, my dumbass legit failed out after 3 semesters of classes. You know, a little advice out there. If you are in school, right, and you can afford it, even if you think it doesn't make any sense, don't fail out. It's not worth it. It's not a good look, and it's pretty annoying to come back from. Now I will say, as of today, after this summer of interning, I will have graduated. I did bring my GPA from a 1.3 to a 3.2. It was definitely not a good time of my life. I mean, think about it. You go to school with 4 or 5 of your high school buddies, and everyone's on top of their shit. Everyone's getting their classwork done. They're going to class. They're passing with A's, B's, fuck it, C's. And you're there failing 3 out of the 5 classes you have each semester. And then you retake English 1 over the summer, and you completely drop the course. And I don't mean by going online and dropping it, properly so it doesn't affect your GPA. No, I mean just not doing any of the work, not taking any of the tests, not doing any of the essays. During my freshman year, I really wanted to be a musician. Now, there's nothing wrong with me wanting to be a musician, wanted to make it as a musician. I was practicing guitar like 3 to 4 hours a day. The problem is that's all I was doing. So if I wasn't playing guitar, I was fucking laying in bed, gooning on TikTok. I'd be doom scrolling. Legit 8 hours a day I had on TikTok. It was so bad I had to delete it after I failed out of school because that app was not good for me. All I wanted to do was go out and party, which, yes, was super fun, but was it worth failing out? No, not at all. And I could have done both. That's the thing. You can do both. Like I said in the beginning, it's not wrong to want to be a musician, to want to, start a business or something like that, but you have to be able to do both. If you're in school, you can't put all your marbles into one thing that could work out and completely disregard everything else in your life. I didn't even go to the gym at that time, and I am a huge gym rat. Now that I'm looking back, I was a fucking musician who just wanted to party. God, was I just a horrid dude a couple of years ago. Thankfully, I've made the change. After I feel like I got a job at Costco, thankfully. And although that wasn't the highlight of my life, I did learn how to have some sort of a work ethic. So when I came back to school, I wouldn't be such a fuck. So yeah, I was basically working full time at Costco. I'd say a year and a half until fall of 2023. Until fall of 2023, that's when I got back to school. And at the time, I wanted to be a physical therapist, but now, no. Now, that doesn't mean I didn't try in school. I still got all A's and B's in my classes. Again, I brought my GPA up from a 1.3 to a 3.2, but I've definitely had a career switch. Now I'm going into sales. That's another story in itself that I could make another video on. So what's the point of this? Am I saying fucking don't be gay, drop your dreams, and, do the right thing? No, that's not what I'm saying at all. But you can't disregard important things that are going on in your life just so you could potentially be somewhat great, somewhat decent at something. For example, Siege. Or, maybe you're trying to live stream or take a risk, start a fucking business, dropshipping or some bullshit. Fucking day trading, which is retarded. Don't day trade. Absolutely room temp IQ activity. If you watch that dude's fucking 8-hour video on how to day trade, expecting that you're gonna make fucking $10 a day from doing that shit, you need to reflect. Think of what you're actually doing. All right, you're laying in bed, you're jerking, and then you're fucking trying to trade on the market. You say you're doing research, but you're just looking at the top 10 stocks of the day on fucking Wall Street or whatever. So I guess this video is mainly for those that are in school and they think it's absolutely pointless and they think of dropping it or just failing out like how I did and going out in style and partying and all that stuff. People need to realize that, sure, you may think it's not very important, to have a degree during that time because, you don't want that normal lifestyle, you want to be an entrepreneur or whatever, and I'm not saying to have a backup plan. That's not what I'm saying at all. I'm saying you're going to be in a better position in life if you fail at what you want to do, but you have something to your name. A degree is something to your name. If you fail at trying to sell courses during your college years, but you did well during your undergrad, you did your internships, and you still have a pretty good finance job, or you're going to PT school or whatnot, now you have the ability to set a new baseline for yourself and to actually have room to come back and try it again Except now you have pretty good income, a place to live, and no one thinks you're a fucking loser. If you're just coming out of high school right now and you got into school and you can afford it, but you don't want to go to school and you don't want to get your degree, not necessarily because you're lazy, but you think it's pointless. Don't make the mistake I made. Now, the one benefit I guess I'd say I got was I was able to save up 20 grand while working at Costco for the year because I was, fortunate enough to live with my family. But, when I got back to school, I fucking blew it all. Legit. After 3 semesters, I only had 2 grand in my name. It was bad. Yeah, the point is, if you are in college and you think it's worthless to get your degree, don't drop out, don't fail out, just keep doing it. You can do the things you like outside of school. It's not a lot of schoolwork. I wasn't going for a doctorate or anything, or I wasn't a bio major, but I was a kinesiology major. And at one point I was taking, up to 7 classes a semester, just so I can graduate not super late. And I still had time to go to the gym, to hang out with my girlfriend, to game, to play poker, to lose money, to gamble. I had time for all that stuff. Don't be a dumbass. Stay in school.